There is nothing more delicious at this time, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, than a cup of coffee and a donut. Hi guys, Marcelina here. And
Greg Stevens here.
so what we're going to do today?
Today we're going to work on building a self-irrigating planter or a wicking planter. And the benefits of the wicking planter is that you never have to water but maybe once every 2 weeks. And the roots of the plant will grow down to where the water is. And that's kind of cool because you don't want to have to be watering your plants every day. It becomes time consuming with as many plants as we have. That's like an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening, 2 hours. And one of the things that we're trying to do here at our nursery is make everything automated.
We're trying to almost
Automated. We got planters all the way around the whole perimeter of the yard, and we have a drip system on a timer that comes on twice a day. We have the wicking gardens over here with the wicky pots, self-pruning pots. We got the sippy beds, self-irrigated planters here. And yet we got the living wall. We got the rain towers going on. We got as much going on. We got the aquaponic tank. We got 2,000 gallons of aquaponic tanks inside the greenhouse. And so this is I can't take the credit for this planter. I saw it in the magazine and I said, hell, I can make that. So this is basically what it looks like. The guts of it right here. It's made out of 1-inch PVC. You need 3 elbows. One here where the water tube, the snorkel. This will be right above the soil level. Goes down and makes a 90-degree angle. You got 2 90s right here at the end. You connect these together with a piece of 2-inch PVC that puts them together, and they just close up tightly up against one another. You can then make this as wide as you want by making the piece of PVC in here a little longer, and then a return with a cap on the end. So then what I had to do is find a drill bit that after I drilled the hole, the rope would be snug enough so that when I fill the water up in the tube, it doesn't all come running out. And that was the secret to making this thing work. Also, when you put your rope, you don't want to use a nylon or any type of plastic rope. You want to find something that is more like a cotton rope, like the rope we used to have in the old days. And I found this at Lowe's. This was the only roll that they had, but this will wick really well. And what this will do is when you pour the water in through the snorkel, the water will fill up in the tube, and the water will wick through here, and it'll keep the soil, the media here, nice and damp, but not soggy. And the plant, which will be up here, will grow its roots down into the media and trying to find the water source, and will grow as long as it needs.
So if they cannot find this one, I think it is.
You find it on Amazon.
I grew up in the country that we have to utilize everything. So I remember my mom used the t-shirt, 100 cotton t-shirt, and then she created this wicking for lamp.
Yeah, they use that for lamps. They use it. You could just take an old white t-shirt and just rip it into strips.
So what did you do? Did you screw it in there?
So what I'm going to show you now, this was the hard part, was figuring out how to shove these cords in this tight hole, and then how to get it to come out to the end, because as you see when I pull on this, they don't come out. That's because on the end inside the tube there's a knot inside, so it's only one directional. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to do that.
Okay, so he's going to show you guys how to build this wicking container.
What I want to do now is tear off a piece of painter's tape, and I'm going to wrap it around the edge of the tape, the rope.
So he's got the for easy, for easy insert.
Can you get me the scissors? I got to cut this in half. I'm sorry. We have to cut this. This is too wide. It's 1.5 inches wide. We need to cut this down to about 1/2 inch. I just need to keep the end of this like a pair of shoelaces so it doesn't unravel, and so I can stick it through the hole. While she's getting that, I'm going to drill a hole in here for you, and I'm going to show you how we do this. Just like that. Here she comes.
So is this good?
Yep, as long as it'll cut this way. So I'm going to cut about an inch of this off. There we go. Now what I'm going to do, when you make your tube here, you want to start in the middle. Don't start at the end because the knots will mess you up. Start in the middle and work towards the outer edges. Okay? That's real important. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stick this in the hole right here. Feed it through. Like that. See how it went in? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start twisting it clockwise. And it'll start feeding it towards the edge of the end of the tube here. It takes about a few seconds here. I'll speed this up so you guys don't have to watch this whole thing.
Let's go to work, 'cause I'm tripping. Gotta work on myself, 'cause I'm falling apart. Please wake me up, 'cause I'm slipping. Can't fight this feeling off no more.
Okay, and here it is. Okay. I'm going to leave the tape on here. I'm just going to tie a knot. Called a bow line. Tie any kind of knot you want. And then you just snug it up.
That's cool.
That's it.
That's cool. So okay, we
Just
will
like
try
that.
it.
So, now, I didn't use any glue in assembling this. This is all just pressure treated by my hands and a hammer. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to put this in the planter. As you can see, this planter is made to put on top of a post of some kind, like a fence or something.
Or you can put that in the deck.
You can put it on a deck, on the rail of the deck, and but we're just going to use it for any kind of planter we want. We're going to stick this in here.
Are you going to create a hole to?
Yes, we need a hole, right? Yes,
Yeah.
we got to have a drain hole. Good point. You have to have a drain hole in here so that when it's sitting outside and it starts raining, it doesn't overflow. You have to have an overflow, and I put it probably right about here. I'm going to put one on this side, put one on the other side. Like that. That's all you need. Easy breezy. All right, from here we're going to go ahead and we're going to start putting some meat in here.
We're going to use the microgreens because it is good quality soilless media. So what we're doing here, we just put like half of that for wicking process. So you have to wet first the wick, right?
Wet the wicks.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to put the wicks down in the trough like that. And it'll keep all the soil down in that trough, as well as up on top. Ready?
Mm-hmm. So that is great thing about this microgreens, guys. Look at that. Look at the texture of this willies. So you're going to put half.
I'm going to
Right.
fill it up to
A quart or something.
fill it up.
So this type of container, it's great for plants that love water, like the Japanese spinach, and also the salad greens because they can easily wilt if you don't have water. So this is perfect. You have already your salad garden.
All right, now we'll fill it up.
You have to water first to wet to get it
We
started.
gotta wet it to get the wicking started. So let me go.
Okay, let's fill it up. So you can grow anything of this container, you know,
Anything.
anything like. But I like to grow my kangkong here. You like kangkong, do you?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. That's the best way because the kangkong is a water-loving
Keep doing
plant.
this until you see the water.
So you have to keep doing until you see the water draining. See, it's draining now. Look at that.
Oh,
Wow, that's so quick, huh?
yeah.
This is the coolest project, guys. This is when you start creating your own carefree garden. And then you start from small, then you don't stop from there. And then you taste filling now the tube. That's easy. Easy breezy.
There you go.
Okay, so grow something in there. I'm going to grow kangkong here, guys. I have the seeds. I also have this one here. This is awesome. So I just had to level the soil here. There you go. That's cute. So when I grow my kangkong, I just spread it because you want that compact. I got it. So I just spread in here. That's so cool. Look at that.
Kangkong likes water, so
Yeah.
their roots are going to grow deep
This
down
is gonna
into
be
the bottom.
awesome.
Now the other thing to remember is you got this hole down here 2 inches from the bottom. So the bottom of this reservoir will be filled with water at all times.
Oops. Okay.
And those wicks go down into that water reservoir
Can you
and
spread
they'll
me
bring the moisture up.
Can you spread me another layer of soil on the top?
No, I
Yeah.
just put the whole, oh.
Yeah, you had just layer because you wanna cover this seeds so that it is in contact with the soil. There you go. You just want to like light covering. All right, so we have a kangkong. I'm going to follow up you guys when this water spinach germinate. And he's going to water it again on the top.
What are the 2 things you need for germination?
Heating.
Heat and moisture.
You're
This thing's all over.
splashing everywhere.
Brand new spigot, and it's like, I think the wind's not helping either.
It's windy in here, guys.
All right.
Okay, so that's it, huh? So these are my bigger wicking
Wind's missing a beat here.
wick garden, and I have my I have someone.
Blowing dirt on the paint.
You need it?
Blowing dirt on the paint.
Oh really?
Well, you couldn't tell?
So these are the bigger garden,
You need glasses this far away?
and
Yeah. How far?
I have it painted because it makes a little bit beautiful if you paint the raised bed. So I grow roses here, and I take out my Wiki Grow garden. So this is another version of the wick, guys. So I take out all the pots because I'm going to clean it. So right now it's naked. But I'm going to paint this the same as the color of the raised bed. And this is going to be an awesome garden once the weather starting to warm up. So right now it's a little bit ugly, guys, because it's just starting the springtime, and I have it get it done. So I have this helper here. What are you doing down there, Leroy?
In there. You always
It's
catch me at my
amazing, yeah.
ugliest.
You're ugliest? Okay, you don't
Yeah.
want to be in the camera,
Yeah.
right? That's okay. So he's going to paint my raised bed. So what color is this? Yeah, it's gray.
It's a gray. Yeah. Medium
So we tried to automate everything in here, and this is a coolest garden, guys, especially if you don't have enough space. That's why we have this no space left behind, because everything is planted. All right, so I'm going to leave you alone, Leroy. Man, in the Philippines is always good weather. Here you have to wait until spring to grow plants. So we have only here 1/16 of an acre here, and we're thinking of having 2 to 5 acres of land. Hopefully we can get it this year, hopefully, or maybe next year. So we tried to add some gravels here because it's easy to walk. It was muddy here, and it seems like my roses here are doing okay. Look at that, the rose is budding. What a beautiful day.
Yeah, it wasn't so windy.
It is windy, and I'm just trying to relax here, guys. I've been doing a lot of gardening, since last week, and I'm burned out. So I'm just watching my helper here. We're trying to paint the raised bed so it looks good.
Come along, good.
Come along good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it right, dude.
Thanks. But of course.
So the Wiki Grow Garden. So which one of these methods of gardening that you think is best?
Best one are the wiki pots.
The Wiki pots. I would say the Wiki pots, Wiki container.
The sippy beds are pretty awesome too.
So once you build this one, the only thing is the cost. The cost of the building. But once it's set up, you're all set for life. For life. The food is expensive, guys. Try to grow food. You have two goals, either to grow food or to make a profit of what you grow. So at Cashew Greens, we're growing a lot of gardening, and we teach you guys how to grow plants in the most easy garden. Make it a carefree garden, because one of the things that is most people don't want to do garden is weeding and watering. So we minimize that tedious work by teaching you guys to create a garden, a sustainable garden like what we have, and grow food. So again, thank you for watching. See you next week. Adios.